Well, thank you very much. That was very beautiful. Does it have a name? What's the name of the song?
The music I play, it is called raga,
Yeah, of
and
course.
this is raga Bimpalasi.
Bimpalasi. What does it
Yes.
mean?
It is a raga which is played in the afternoon.
Are there some musics that you play in the morning, in the afternoon, at
Yes,
night?
yes.
How does that
Yes.
happen?
The music is the concept of music there is like that. So there are different ragas set to different time settings. It's called samai.
Oh, wow.
So, yes. So there are ragas for morning, noon, afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, late evening, night. So like around the clock you have ragas, and some ragas you can play all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you. You're watching Encounter. Today, in the studios of the NBC, we have a new guest. We have Stephanie Bosch, who is a professional flute and Bansuri player. She comes from Germany and is on tour in Mauritius for a concert. The Bansuri is known as an Indian instrument. You began, if I can call it, your career at a very early age playing the flute. How did you find the Bansuri, or did the Bansuri find you? What's the story behind?
My life, my way had to go there because there were lots of circumstances happening which lead me to discover it and to find it. So I was not like knowing the instrument and go and try to play it, but it really came to me as a coincidence. So yeah, it happened that I was studying in the Netherlands for the Western flute, and by coincidence the most famous world-known famous artist of Bansuri, the living legend of Bansuri, was there at this school.
What was his name?
So
what's his name?
this happened to be my guru now. His name is Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia.
All right, hello to him then.
Yes, hello to him, and yeah, I must thank him that he guided me on my way. So it happened that I met him there, and in the beginning I did not want to play this instrument. I just want to meet the person who is playing such a beautiful music and such a beautiful sound which came out of this piece of bamboo. And it happened that they just gave me a flute and tell me just take it home and try. So I took it home, and then it was done.
What would your life be without the Bansuri?
Maybe I would just stay here in Mauritius and swim with the dolphins.
For people who are not artists or who are musicians and they have never tried playing the Bansuri, what would you tell to them?
If they want to play it?
Yeah, if they want to play or they've never tried to play, and would you recommend them to try it?
Of course. Everyone should try it who falls in love with the sound, and and discover the beauty of what is behind this.
Tell us a bit more about your routine. How does it work? Because then there really is a discipline about it, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you share with us how it works out for you?
Yeah, there's a lot of discipline connected to learning any musical instrument, and especially with Bansuri is a life dedication. And yeah, of course everyone can do his own path. Whatever life he's following, he can do. I try to get up early morning and do some yoga meditation.
What is early morning for you? 4 o'clock?
Well, this is my goal. Right now I'm like at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
That's all right.
It's
I'm
all
sure
right.
you will get there. So wake up early morning.
Wake up early morning means
yoga
you have to
meditation.
go a little bit earlier to bed. So if I don't
Exactly.
manage that, because in a musician's life it's sometimes difficult, so because of concerts.
So
and all
ideally you
that.
should probably sleep at 9 and wake up at 4. That's like 7 hours of sleep.
9:30, 10,
9:30,
10, 10,
Yeah.
10:30 will be fine. Yeah.
Is there a specific kind of yoga or meditation that you practice?
I mean the yoga, it is all called yoga. But I mean, I'm doing some work for the body and some work for the mind. Let's say like that. So the body yoga is just preparing you for the meditation, as well as also to be able to sit for a few hours for practice.
Because then you strengthen your body also to be able to hold the posture.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
that makes sense. And in yoga, do you also, I'm just guessing, that you also practice a lot of breathing techniques because it helps you with playing the flute?
Yes, yes.
Is there any technique in particular that you practice?
I enjoy a lot the Anuloma Viloma, the
alternate breathing.
The alternate breathing, because it makes you calm, it gives you a nice feeling.
So for our viewers,
get in the right state.
The alternate breathing is to block the right side, breathe in through the left nostril,
yes,
hold it, close both, exhale through the right, block it,
yes,
inhale through the right,
very
block
good.
it, and exhale through the left, right?
Yeah,
and keep on doing it.
Yes.
So that you're breathing through one side of the nose and you keep on doing it. For how long do you do it every morning? 10, 15 minutes?
Yes, like that. Yeah.
But
so it's mainly cleaning your system.
Exactly. So it's a ritual. It's almost a ritual that you do every morning.
I try to, yeah.
Yeah. And you feel that this helps you be a better flute player?
Well, I guess there are many flute players who don't do that and still good playing. So it's just my path. So it's not like if you play the Bansuri, you have to follow all this. It's not like that.
After your yoga and meditation, how do you meditate? Is there a specific way? Do you focus on something? Do you do active meditation, or do you do more like passive? You sit down, or is there a specific movement that you do?
No movement, just sitting.
So it's a quiet meditation.
Quiet
You focus on something?
Of course I focus on something.
Do you mind sharing what do you focus on?
It's changing.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I'm focusing on a few different things.
Wow. And then this is the preparation on how you start the day.
Yes.
And of course, I'm guessing after that you probably have breakfast and play flute, or play flute and then have breakfast.
Yes, sometimes like this, sometimes like that. Depends if I'm hungry. Yeah, but I have a very late breakfast.
So every morning, this is kind of a process that you do. When you wake up, you have to play the Bansuri. For how long have you been doing this routine now? I'm guessing since quite many years now.
Yes, I'm playing now the Bansuri since 21 years, and I don't remember how long I do this routine.
And
I'm doing also sports.
You do a lot of sports also. Does that?
A lot, I don't know, but I'm doing sports like jogging and stuff. Yeah.
Swimming with dolphins also is a
Swimming
sport.
with dolphins is a little difficult in where I live, but over here I did, yes.
What kind of other sports do you do?
Jogging.
You jog?
Yes.
So that you can keep a healthy body,
Yeah,
which is also very important to play the flute, right?
Yes, it's to keep the balance, because if you sit all the time, and I like the outdoor activity to get a nice oxygen and movement of the body is very nice.
Even what you eat also is very important.
It is important, yes. But again, I must say everybody can follow his routine, his food. I don't give any restriction, you have to do this or that.
I want to know what you do.
I just found out, yes, what works for me and what makes my body feel good and strong. So,
please share with us what works for you.
Yeah, I'm basically vegetarian.
Basically means almost vegetarian?
Basically means that I enjoy fish in good places like in Mauritius. But at home I don't have very much like that. So just sometimes, maybe every 2 months, something like this, I will have fish. But otherwise I live only vegetarian.
Was this your first time in Mauritius?
Yes.
How did you end up coming to Mauritius all the way from Germany, such a big country?
I got invited by Coudon Arts Center.
Was it someplace they got in touch with you, you got in touch with them? How does that work?
I don't know, I just got an email suddenly and got the invitation.
But probably they have seen your work somewhere, or
They must have found me on the internet, yes, I guess.
do you teach other people how to play the flute also?
Yes, of course. I'm teaching flute and piano also. And I have few Bansuri students as well. And yeah, they all enjoy it, and I think it's you should be in love with it to learn it.
Talking about teaching the Bansuri, you had a workshop also.
I had few flute students, one singer and one who was playing the guitar. So they all joined and was sitting in a nice group. So we had a really great time sharing together. And I made them play. At first I made few breathing techniques with them. Then I introduced them to the few flute techniques. Further, I teach them how to move in the raga. Yes, and we did a little bit of rhythm also in the end. So yeah, everybody was very happy, and
So
me too.
the response of the workshop was you're happy about it then?
Yeah, I'm very happy about it.
Oh, fantastic. And how did you feel the Mauritian public during your concert? Was it different to how it is back home in Germany?
I don't know to say if it's different, but I really enjoyed the audience, and they were very alive and very grateful and thankful in the end. That I really appreciate and enjoyed it.
You mentioned when you were learning the Bansuri that you met your guru in Holland,
Yes.
but you're from Germany. So
Yes.
to learn the Bansuri, you had to travel to Holland.
It's a 3 hours drive.
So
I
you
did
were
it.
you were staying in Germany and then driving
Yeah.
all the way.
Yes, there are some students I have. They are worried if it's more than 5 minutes to come to the class. So I drove every week, 3 hours going, sometimes 4 if it's a jam and traffic. Yeah,
I'm sure it was
it's
worth it
300
because-
kilometer one way.
So you drive 100 kilometers an hour. That's the speed you travel.
In Germany, you can.
Yeah, of
yeah,
course you
and-
can.
Yeah,
Of
a little
course you
bit.
can.
Yeah.
So of course you were crossing borders every week to learn the Bansuri.
Yes.
And
I also went to India.
I was about to ask you, the Bansuri is an Indian instrument. So you've been to India. Did you go with your guru who you met in Holland, or did you go to some other place in India?
No, my Guruji, Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia, he's based in Mumbai in India itself.
All right.
So it was a luck, or is a luck for me, that he comes to Europe to teach. So at that time when I was learning, he came few months to Europe, so I was very lucky, and there we get even single classes with him, so that you cannot get in India. In India you will get group class, very big groups, which is also different kind of learning and very intense kind of learning. So I did like kind of both in India itself and here. So yeah.
And it must have been very different for you in terms of learning in Germany/Holland and then learning in India. It must have been quite a difference in terms of culture.
Oh yes.
How long were
Very
you in India for your classes?
I went like a few times
All right.
and came back. Like
So
this.
I'm guessing
Maybe
you still go. You have gone many times, and you probably will still go in the future.
Yeah, sure.
And have you played in India?
I have played few times in India as well as in Pakistan also. In Sri Lanka I also played. And yeah, in India I played for a very famous television show which is called Idea Jalsa. So they promote Indian music, Indian artists, and at that time when I was there they invited 3 non-Indian musicians who play Indian music.
And you were one of them.
Yes. It's the only
Wow.
time they did that until now.
So you were lucky to meet your teacher, and you were also lucky to be part of the program.
Yeah, that it was happening in Bollywood. That was also very interesting to go there.
But I don't believe in luck. I think what belongs to you comes to you. So I think you were
Yes.
meant for it.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. And please keep on doing the good work. So now you play the Bansuri. What's next now? You already have a few albums. Are you composing anything at the moment?
What's next means next will be Bansuri, and before will be Bansuri, and the moment will also be Bansuri. So
Yeah, no.
it will just continue.
But are you working on music at the moment? Are you creating something? Or are you working on an album? Are you collaborating with other people? So that's what I'm
I
trying to
always
know.
collaborate with other people when I meet, like I just did now in Mauritius. I played with Ravan Player in my
Yes.
last pieces. That was a very nice experience. I think the audience also enjoyed it very much. And yeah, whatever comes my way, and if it's matching, I'm doing it. So I played with Iraqi musicians. I played with other Indian artists who died, Dhruva Ghosh on Sarangi. So we did a duet. Then I played with orchestra. I collaborate with the composer there, and I explained him about the music, and he did the composition for the orchestra, and I played flute. It was a concert, let's say, for Bansuri and orchestra, and yeah, it was like a really nice fusion type of music.
So Stephanie, you play the flute, you do a lot of concerts, you've traveled to many countries, and of course you're a successful Bansuri and flute player. How has that affected you in terms of the spiritual aspect of your life, in terms of a musician?
Well, you can be a musician and your main goal might be to be a very good flute player in terms of fast playing or being like the fastest of the world or whatever, knowing everything and like this. This is not my intention. Of course, it's nice to develop all the skills which are needed to play the instrument. But the main goal should be to make the people happy. And how do I do that?
How do you do this?
How do I do that? I just have to more and more and more empty myself and be myself a receptor. So if you ask for spirituality, it means that if you are empty yourself, you can, how you call it,
Be an instrument?
be an instrument, yes, for higher, you can call it God.
Yeah, some people call it God, some people call it higher beings, but a higher energy which is out there, which people believe in.
Which would actually play, it's not me who is playing. It's me who will move the fingers and learn the human skills to play it. Come to the concerts, take the train, the flight, the bus. But finally, when I'm on stage, I should not try to be an entertainer. It's not my goal to be an entertainer, but it's the most beautiful art is when you touch the people's heart, and that you can do by just being the instrument itself.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing. So it does happen that sometimes when you play, you feel that it's not you playing, but you're just going with the flow.
I should go with the flow, and I should not even think if it's me who's playing, but because if it's me who's playing, then I'm already out. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing. Well, Stephanie, thank you very much for being on this program of Encounter. It's been a pleasure having you and sharing your journey and experience as a professional Bansuri flute player. And I wish you all the best going forward in your career and have a safe travel back home.
Thank you for inviting me, Roshan.
Welcome, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of this program of Encounter. If you have any queries, questions, you would like to know more about the guests, or you have any proposals, please drop an email at encounter@mbc.net.mu. And before we leave you, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to Stephanie again.